In this brief section, we are going to talk about some terminology around the building blocks of macromolecules and various names for types of macromolecules, as well as go into a tiny little bit of depth on chemical reactions. This video is done by Paul Anderson of Bozeman Science. I love Mr. Anderson, who used to be a high school, I believe, chemistry teacher, and I would recommend anything that he posts as accurate and interesting and well taught. So make sure that you watch that, because sure enough, the material in there is fair game for any of your assessments, as will be this fun video by the Amoeba Sisters. Now, when we talk about chemical reactions, there are two that you need to know about. The names of the two kind of tell you what's going on. Dehydration synthesis. When you have a synthesis reaction, you are adding things together. These are also known as condensation reactions. So if you have two building blocks, and in this case, we're talking about monosaccharides, which are going to be the building blocks of more complex carbohydrates, you will remove a water molecule and create a bond in between those monomers. And monomers is just a fancy term for building block. When you create that bond, you are storing energy. So dehydration means removal of water. Synthesis means putting together, and it tells you exactly what's happening. You are pulling out a water molecule and connecting two monomers by creating a bond. And again, that bond stores energy. A hydrolysis reaction is the opposite of that. Hydro for water, lysis for breakdown. So if you have a hydrolysis reaction going on, you are splitting compounds or molecules into smaller components. This is commonly what occurs during the whole process of digestion, mostly in your small intestine. If you add a water molecule, you will split the bonds between monomers, and you will release energy. So you're taking a large molecule or compound, adding water molecules in between a couple of those monomers that are part of that compound, ending up with two smaller molecules or monomers, and you are releasing energy. When you break chemical bonds, you release energy. We're going to push on a little bit and talk about metabolism and anabolism and catabolism. Holy cow, watch this video, that'll help. So metabolism is defined, and I would know this if I were you, as the sum of all chemical reactions within the body. That includes anabolic reactions, and those are going to be reactions that build up larger molecules from building blocks. So as it says there, you have reactions that are going to build polymers, fancy word for larger molecules, from monomers, fancy word for building blocks. In order to do this, the process of dehydration synthesis will occur, and you'll remember that's how you store energy. Catabolic reactions are breaking those larger molecules into smaller molecules. So you're breaking down polymers into monomers. You're using hydrolysis, and you will remember, because we just talked about it, that when you undergo hydrolysis as a compound, you are breaking chemical bonds and you are releasing energy. The majority of energy that is released is lost as heat.